this calm before the storm would have happened. I don't think there would be such a long, like about 3-minute pause without any action. That is one difference I do notice between foreign games and Korean games, in that Korean players are just that much better in multitasking, that at any given time while they're building up and reforming after an attack, they're still doing harasses, they're still doing counterattacks at all times. And here it seems that Play.Satanik is actually just sitting around and defending when he could be going for an attack here. Meanwhile, a little bit of a skirmish going up here from Xiaozi, but that's going to get cleared out very soon. I do feel that Satanik is sort of missing an opportunity here to attack this hive and to attack all these undefended drones here. A lot of undefended drones everywhere, actually. A new Mutalisk fleet is being formed for Xiaozi, but for a while he's going to have way fewer Mutalisks. He does have +2 Carapace upgrade for his air units. Meanwhile, 2 Hydralisks up for Satanik, so these are going to be quite powerful. I mean, they're just going to rip apart Mutalisks with the +2 upgrades. And I'm not sure exactly what Play.Satanik is doing now. It seems that he's just trying to max out. He's already at 172 food count. Perhaps he's thinking about another drop. No, he's not thinking about another drop. Yeah, just sort of massing up units, I guess. Oh, it looks like, oh my goodness, I didn't see this, I'm sorry. An attack going off here, and I'm not sure whose plague that was going off on these units, but a plague has gone off all over Xiaozi's Mutalisks and all over the Devourers from Satanik. So I guess Satanik was trying to go for an attack and got plagued and chased away by Xiaozi's Mutalisks here. Zergling scouting for Xiaozi, excuse me. I'm like tasteless here. I'm drinking some green tea to to keep commentating on these games, which I do love doing, by the way. Looks like an attack coming from Xiaozi at this unprotected new hatchery at the 1 o'clock position, and it looks like most of the Mutalisks have been converted into Devourers. Now these Devourers are coming up, but they only have a couple of HP because they have been plagued. So I think Satanik is wary of getting them into the combat here. Looks like he is going to wait until Hydras come up to defend, but looks like the hatchery has been picked off here by Xiaozi. Good move by Xiaozi, getting a little bit of a parry there, and getting a little bit of a counterattack, picking off a hatchery there. So trying to keep Satanik at a little bit lower resource level, but Satanik is still so hugely in the league, and I'd say it's really just the excellent Defiler play that's kept Xiaozi in the game so far. Satanik is still far in the lead though in terms of number of bases. He has at least 4 bases up in mining against 3 bases up in mining for Xiaozi, and of course he has all of his tech buildings. He probably has more drones, more units of all kinds, and actually Xiaozi having a little bit of a macro problem here. He has over 2,000 minerals and 800 gas, but regardless, he's going for another attack here. I don't think this attack's going to be that successful. Actually, no, it is. Without a Defiler there to plague these Mutalisks, they can get local superiority of forces against these Hydras. And this is what I was talking about. What Mutalisks can do, the reason why Mutalisks are so good is because they're so fast, and even when the enemy has a larger army overall, they can get local superiority, and that is what matters in StarCraft, is getting a local superiority of forces. And that's what in general what matters in war. As Clausewitz says, the whole point of the war is to find the enemy's focal point and concentrate all your forces there. And Xiaozi, I think, so far is choosing the enemy's hatcheries as his focal point. He's trying to do harasses on the drone lines and just trying to take out new expansions to prevent Satanik from taking over the map, because he knows he can't engage Satanik's forces head on, so he really just has to stick to harasses. Meanwhile, offensive Nidus Canal here. Wow. Amazing play. I'm speechless. It seems that Satanik set up a offensive Nidus Canal at Xiaozi's new expansion and dropped a couple of lurkers, moved a couple of lurkers and Zerglings across to this expansion at the 5 o'clock position. By the way, an offensive Nidus Canal is very easy to accomplish. All you have to do as a Zerg player is set up your home side in your base and then get vision of creep anywhere. And you can set up a Nidus Canal there, so you could set up a Nidus Canal right next to an opponent's base, and it looks like he managed to do that unimpeded. Meanwhile, Xiaozi is morphing a lot of Guardians, so it looks like he saved his gas for just this moment. That's what he was doing. He was saving his gas for a lot of Guardians, and a lot of Hydras are there to receive this attack, but it looks like the food count has been closed up here, and Devour is also morphing for for Xiaozi. Meanwhile, perhaps Hydra's setting up for another attack here from Satanik, but Satanik really has not closed this game off as he should have about 10 minutes ago. I feel like he sort of sat back after taking out Xiaozi's main and didn't go for the finishing blow, and now he might be in trouble here against this huge force of Guardians, and now is coming towards his not his natural, but his new expansion at the 9 o'clock base, and they're using this ridge quite well, and they're going to be very difficult to attack in this position by Hydralisks. Meanwhile, we see Xiaozi is going to get... looks like, actually, Satanik's going for an attack at this base. Play going off on all of his air units here. He's going for an attack at the 5 o'clock position with his Hydras. He's not bothering to defend his 9 o'clock position. And he's going to pick off everything here, including his Greater Spire, I feel. He picks off a lot of units here. Meanwhile, this base is also undefended. He could move in here. He's also going to be able to pick off this base also at the 5 o'clock position. Meanwhile, it looks like... Xiaozi's forced to stop his attack with his Guardians and move them back to deal with these incoming units here. But these Mulas have all been plagued, by the way. But he doesn't. Looks like he doesn't want to commit yet against these Hydralisks. He's waiting to get all of his Guardians in play too. But it looks like he's being indecisive. Xiaozi being indecisive here. It looks like he's not going to bother defending his lower right expansions. Inexplicably, it looks like he's going to be going for a further attack. I felt like if he was going to go for a further attack, he should have just moved from here onwards. He shouldn't have tried to pull his Guardians back. Meanwhile, Satanik is going to pick off the remainder of these hatcheries down here. 1-1 upgrades for his air units, and still 2-2 for his Hydralisks. Meanwhile, 3-1 for Xiaozi, and Xiaozi now going on the rampage here, going into Satanik's unprotected base. So it looks like he's going to take down 2 bases, just as Satanik has taken down 2 of his bases. He's got all of his forces committed to this attack, though, and Xiaozi now is the one forced to bring back his forces. He's going to bring back some Devourers, Hydralisks, and Mulas to deal with his air army here. But he has managed to pick off these 2 expansions. Both players going for expansions here. Ooh, that looks like that. Looks like that Defiler was trying to set up a plague, but it did manage to get a plague off on these Mulisks actually. And looks like actually Xiaozi's trying to set up a new hatchery here. That's what this hatchery was doing here. He's trying to set up a hatchery at the place which he just destroyed at the 9 o'clock position. Reinforcements finally coming in for Satanik here. Satanik, perhaps, no, actually it looks like he might be going for an attack of his own. He's also being a little indecisive with his air fleet of Devourers and Mulisks. Meanwhile, Xiaozi has done great damage here, picking off these 2 expansions. Both players just doing absolutely a lot of damage here. It looks like the Hive's still unprotected. I think this could be the next target for Satanik, and also if Satanik can pick off these overlords, that's going to hurt Xiaozi's food situation a lot, of course, and it's going to force him to use a lot of minerals to replace the overlords, which are just hanging out over here. Surprised that they haven't taken down the Hive, though. There's really no buildings left inside of Xiaozi's own main, except for that Queen's Nest, which allows them to keep building these hives over and over. Mulas being produced for Xiaozi. Xiaozi sort of content to stop his attack here, although I feel like he could push in to the main of Satanik over this area over here, over this space over here, which Hydralisk can't reach over, and he'd be smart in doing that. I think a Korean programmer probably would have continued the attack, but looks like he's sitting back a little bit, and looks like Satanik now is going for the attack at the Hive location, at the natural expansion of Xiaozi's, his old natural expansion. This is going to take him down completely, so I don't know who's in the lead here. Xiaozi does seem to have a bigger air fleet, but on the other hand, he looks like he's lost just so many bases now. He's lost his main, his natural, and the 2 bases at the lower right. And looks like he's moving south, perhaps to defend his remaining 2 expansions down here. He has gotten a new expansion up to 9, but only 3 hatcheries remaining for him. Really, 4 hatcheries total remaining for Xiaozi. Xiaozi's in big trouble. He has a large army, but he really has allowed... rather, Satanik has pried the map away from him, has just picked the map away from Xiaozi, and Xiaozi's in huge trouble. Once Satanik decides to get a couple more ground units, or Hydralisks or Guardians, he's going to have a huge army that can just rip apart the rest of the bases. And it looks like Xiaozi is just trying to form up for a big attack here. He needs to get a huge counterattack here, or else it's going to be over for him. He's still quite deadly, though, I have to say. Xiaozi just showing excellent skill with his air units and with his Defilers. We'll see if he brings some more Defilers up into the game. I actually don't think he has a Defilers mount, though. Oh, he does have a Defilers mount. And he's getting another lair. I think this is like the 4th lair he's created this game, because he's lost his Hive, of course, at this position. Looks like he's going for an attack now. No, actually, just picking off a couple of Overlords. He might be thinking of an attack here at the natural expansion of Satanik. Satanik getting some more upgrades for his ground units, it seems. And Satanik's force is just roaming around looking for things to kill, and they've gotten a lot of kills so far. 1-1 upgrade for his air units, so 3-1 upgrade, still more powerful air units for Xiaozi, but I think Satanik's going to have the advantage of numbers. And looks like Xiaozi finally committing for an attack at the natural expansion. No, it looks like he's actually just playing a little bit coy here. I think what he's actually afraid of, and he has good reason to be afraid of it, is defilers from Play.Satanik. If Satanik can get a good plague off on these units, these clump units, he can pick them off with his Mulisk. And this is what it seems late